Cosmic beings, welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. My name is Devon, and I will be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Alrighty. Thank you for your support on the channel. The likes, shares, comments, subscribes, and the donations all really do help out. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's get into this message. What's going on with the collective spirit? What's going on? It does feel like something's lifted recently. I don't know if you're going through that too or not. But it just feels like the energy lifted a little bit. And I heard finally. That's how I feel too. Um so maybe you're experiencing that. If not, what I'm hearing is that is something that is on the horizon for you. So keep going. If it's still really heavy right now, know that it is lifting. There is something that's lifting in the energy. So just know that. Okay, we've got thinker. So when I see this card, I normally think it's overthinking, but is that overthinking? Okay, so it is. Actually, you could be overthinking something right now. Let's find out. What's the collective in their head about? That deck. Okay. What are they in their head about? Spirit. What are they in their head about? Okay. What are they in their head about? What are they overthinking? Happy family. Okay. You could be overthinking when it comes to family matters, maybe this is dealing with um, you know, well, it's also the reunion and the union card. So you could be overthinking a situation. Okay, so I am getting a divine masculine thread of energy coming through. So you could be overthinking if this is your message and it's the masculine energy. What I'm getting is this is overthinking, like going towards who it is that you desire to have a family with, or blend families with, or have fur babies with, or whatever. It's just somebody that you're interested in being with. Deceit. Okay. Door to value. So you could also be overthinking something when it comes to finances right now. Um, cornucopia. Hmm. You could be in doubt when it comes to the situation. So we've got the deceit card here. And when I get this in this energy, it really brings out the like, it's too good to be true energy. And with the cornucopia card here, you could be in the mindset of still thinking that it's too good to be true. Um, and door to value. Or from this, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Man holding a coin. So yeah, you could be, oh, okay. You could be really, yeah, really focused on your finances, your physical world right now. And maybe you're looking around thinking like, I don't have enough to offer. And again, with this deceit card here, that's a worry, that's a fear. That's not actually what I'm getting from this energy. And patience, divine timing. Okay, because you're overthinking, you're missing the signs that are letting you know that divine timing is here. Okay. So what I'm getting, and this is kind of normal on this journey. So I'm getting counterpart energy. I'm getting this is for divine masculine. Um, take it as it resonates, but that's really what's coming through. So that's probably how I'll label it. You could be really just overthinking everything right now. You're overthinking, your finances. You're overthinking how to approach this person. You're thinking it's too good to be true. You're thinking that there's no way that this person would actually desire you in the physical. And I'm here to tell you in the energy that's not the case. You're Yeah, I'm getting your divine feminine's energy, and they definitely want this with you. But this is a feminine who doesn't want you to come in. I mean, of course, it's one of those like if you could come in and offer them the world right away, I'm sure they would appreciate it. But this is a feminine who's got a fire. They've got this might be a feminine who's really comfortable in their masculine energy, who is okay with building. This is somebody, and that could be part of what you're not seeing too. This could be a person who's actually desiring coming together with somebody to build with them. So it's almost like you're sitting here being like, I need to go in and be able to offer them this completely soft life where they never have to worry about finances and building anything, and they could just focus on, their whatever they want to do, and they don't have to worry about finances in any way. And then it's one of those like this is a person that would love to build with you, who would love, like, this is an entrepreneurial spirit. So if you're resonating with this, you are probably entrepreneurial as well. Whether you've actually, okay, what I'm being told is whether you've actually done anything entrepreneurial or not, there's a part of you that has that spirit within you where maybe you kind of daydream about starting your own business or you do little side hustles. I'm seeing something about stickers or jewelry or I'm getting painting, I'm getting woodworking. So maybe you've just like messed around a little bit and like printed your own stickers and sold them or even given them away. But it's like you've got that creative spark. You've got that like you design stuff or build stuff. And then whether you've actually sold it or not, even if you've given it as like gifts or something, that can still be kind of how that entrepreneurial spirit kind of shows up. It's very creative entrepreneurial energy that's coming through, and your feminine has that too. So your feminine is not the type, like your feminine would be the type if you could go in and be like you don't ever have to worry about money ever again. They'd be like, "Okay, cool. Well, I still want to, like start a business because that's just what I want to do." Um so yeah, I feel like there's stuff in this, and it's because, you're not really communicating with this person, so you don't know that. And so there's things about this where you're overthinking it and you're worried about things that literally like aren't a big deal for your person. They're not yeah, it's one of these, and I get it because it is a masculine drive to want to provide and protect and do all those things. And this is going to be the person that pulls you into your divine masculine energy more so than anybody else. So I do understand that you do have that drive and you do want to do those things, for yourself, for your feminine, for your family, etc. But what you're not understanding is the feminine has abilities that can complement what you already have, and you two together can build something and make it completely prosperous in a very quick amount of time. Okay, interesting. I'm kind of laughing because I'm built like this too. Like this is not my first business that I've attempted. So yeah, it's just when you're built that way, it's just like, ooh, aha moment. Let's do this thing. Let's start this business, and maybe that's part of what you're meant to do together is go together and start like conscience businesses. I am definitely getting entrepreneurial empire energy um from you two. So, and there's also that element of soul mission, soul purpose that's coming through as well. So it's one of those like I feel like you're really overly focused on stuff right now that's not really that big of a deal. Um this I feel like this is the feminine who is going to respect where you are, how far you've come, so on and so forth, but they're more looking at like your internal progress versus your external progress. And, this is probably a feminine who understands the inside out process. And if you've done some of that inner work already, it's a matter of time before externally catches up. So just remember that. But you have a deep knowing. Okay, so yeah, so there's a part of you that knows. that this person desires you. There's a part of you that knows you're meant to build with them, you're meant to work with them, you're meant to, do soul purpose, soul mission stuff with them. But the mind chatter is really loud. And you also have a deep knowing about your finances. There's something here with your finances that you have a deep knowing about. Hmm. Okay. In the here and now. And I was guided to put it over here on the divine timing card and the cornucopia card. The cornucopia card is the 1111 manifestation card. This is my dream reality card. And it's on top of the happy family card and then divine timing. So with the here and now card, what I'm getting is you can have what you desire in the here and now if you allow yourself to go for it. Get out of your head. To be fair, so that's bringing balance to a situation. So, yeah, I do feel like there is an element of balancing the situation that you're being asked to do. In the here and now. Divine timing is now. Um yeah, it's still yeah, I'm getting like you and this person are still in alignment to go towards them and get this thing going. And then I heard again. So you could have been with this person in the past. Yeah, because I heard get this thing going again. And I'm talking more about like the romantic thread of energy as well as like building together and then clean it up. So there could be stuff that you're cleaning up in your life now. Maybe that's what you're focused on. There could also be an element of needing to clean up some stuff after you reach out to this person. It's kind of that like making space for each other in your physical life. But okay, what I'm being told is the feminine, okay, your feminine can feel that you are possibly going to reach out, and your feminine's getting the insight and the visions on what, a potential future with you looks like. But because you haven't taken those physical action steps in the human, in the physical realm, they're not it's like they're emotionally, mentally, and spiritually making space for you, but they're not physically making space for you yet, but they're preparing to. So for some of you, your feminine could be in a different relationship. That could be what that is. Or maybe this has to do with like, your feminine would have to move, or, one of you would have to move, or something like that. Maybe you're at a distance from each other. Something like that. It's like there would be physical changes that would have to be made in order to actually lock this in. But it's like your feminine's been emotionally, mentally, and spiritually preparing for this for quite a while, I'm hearing. Um, and yeah, this is your new life that you have a deep knowing about. And I'm hearing this is how you're going to get to this treasure island quicker. So it's like you and this feminine working together are going to get where you want to go quicker. Treasure Island is talking about moving towards abundance and prosperity, moving towards this dream timeline. And this is all part of your new life that you've got going on here. This is really beautiful energy. I mean, minus the fact that you're stuck in your head, but that happens. You might have air highly aspected in your chart. Um, doesn't have to be, but a lot of times if you do have an air in your big spots, sun, moon, rising, I think what was the other one? I always say north node, especially when we're talking about career. So you could have air north node. Maybe even air south node, actually. That would kind of make sense because you're stuck in your head and you're meant to move out of that. But you could have an air sign highly aspected in your chart somewhere. Um, and that's just if you have air in your big, like in those big spots in your chart, you can get stuck in your head really easily. Uh, Angel of Strength. So you are being given extra assistance when it comes to the strength necessary to take this leap. So you're being given extra assistance, like by your spirit guides or your higher self, the divine, whatever it is that you work with, whatever you perceive, you're being given extra strength right now. There's like extra support that has come in to bring you two together right now. Um, and it was really clear, like right now. So yeah, there's something here with the timing being right and appreciation. Okay. So you could really have a deep appreciation for this person. It's also talking about doing your best to stay in this attitude of gratitude. So if you're sitting there and you're just like really stuck in your head and you're really worried, shift more into your body for a minute and then allow yourself to be like, okay, how does it feel visualizing talking to this person? So maybe not like reaching out to them because that's going to be, that's probably going to cause anxiety and you're going to be really nervous and everything else. But like on the other side of this, and you have a deep knowing of how this is going to go. So imagine how good it's going to feel when you're on the other side of this like kind of awkward energy that might happen at first when you reach out. You might not have talked to this person for a long time. And that could be part of where it's so like mind blowing. Like, how could it be this long and this person still, you know, have feelings for me or whatever. But just know, I mean, this is counterpart energy that I'm getting. So it's a totally different situation. It's unconditional love. I mean, it is. So just keep that in mind. We've got the crown chakra on the bottom of the deck. It sits at the top of the head. The color is violet, or it can be viewed as white. It has to do with receiving divine insight. So you are getting divine guidance right now. You are connecting to spirit. And a lot of what you're getting is actually divine guidance. It's just we filter it through our experiences, we filter it through our other gifts and abilities, so on and so forth. And so sometimes we can kind of misperceive the energy that's coming through. Um, so that might be part of kind of what's going on as well, is maybe you're getting the divine guidance, but not realizing that it's actually divine guidance. Or what's come up quite a bit for over the past few months here is like when you're sitting there in daydreams and stuff, and then you randomly think of something with this person in the future. Sometimes that's an actual like vision that's being given to you, but it can look like a daydream. So you could be getting actual visions about this, but not realizing they're actually visions to give you insight, to let you know it is time to go, it is safe to go, so on and so forth. First chakra. This is the root. So this is at the base of the spine. It's also called the base chakra. The color's red. It has to do with survival. It has to do with our stability in the physical world. It's blocked by fear. So you could be balancing your root right now, your base chakra, and it's interesting because all of our chakras are connected. But there's this. I should get my little chart and show you. I don't know where it's at right now. Basically, the heart is kind of its own thing, and then the throat and the solar plexus are connected to each other. And it's more like they work together. So if you think about it with your solar plexus in your solar plexus is where you have your willpower, your confidence, so on and so forth. That's where you know your own truth. In order to speak your truth, you have to know your truth first. So they're interconnected in a deeper way. Um and sacral, which sits between the solar plexus and the base, and then the third eye, those are connected. That's where we receive our guidance. Like you see through the illusions, you see through things, and you also perceive like otherworldly stuff. That's where you perceive visions and so on and so forth. And then the sacral is where you create. That's creative force. And so you tap in and you get these great ideas, and then you bring it through into the physical realm with your sacral. Then you've got crown is connected to the root. And so this is where you are receiving divine guidance in readjusting your physical life to now match your alignment. Um So because we got the crown and the base chakra, what I'm getting is that you are now receiving guidance that is causing you to kind of change some things in your life. And the things that you're being called to change are going to be for your highest good, for your alignment, for you to truly align with this dream timeline, this person, more finances, more stability, more security, so on and so forth. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Like, that's really good. Blossoming abundance. So, yeah, this is something that's in your energy. When this card comes up, this is saying you have blossoming abundance in your energy. You are shifting into a more abundant energy. So, just keep maintaining that. Because, continue to stay in this attitude of gratitude. Feel how good it feels to have an overflow of abundance where you're not stressed about having enough to offer or, like um being like financially free, debt free, an overabundance, so on and so forth. Just tap into how that feels and how good that feels and how like that relief that feels like the relief that you feel when financially everything's taken care of. You can go to the store and get what you need, and you're not like, okay, should I wait on this until the next paycheck? Like, you can just go do that, and then in the energy here, I we'll get into the tarot in a minute, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the 10 of Pentacles here. And that's the type of energy of like, hey, we don't have anything going on next weekend. Do you want to like fly to the Caribbean? Like it's that kind of level that you're shifting into. Um, so just keep that in mind. Like you're really on the brink of being able to up level your finances in a very, very big way. And for some of you, it does have something to do with working with this person. And it's not saying that you have to connect with this person and work with them in order to make this happen. It's just there's something with you two working together that makes it so much easier for both of you. It's like what you might be missing, your person has, and then what your person might be missing, you have. And so when you combine forces, it's just powerhouse energy, and you can get there super, super quick. And it's in alignment as well. It's in alignment with, soul purpose and everything else, and then like conscience businesses. Um, so this is definitely a situation where you go to this person and you start working together, and all of a sudden you're like, you know, it's very successful business owners. My throat is just doing a thing. I'm going through upgrades right now, so sorry for the whole raspy throat thing going on. There could also be a need to communicate because it's really wonky right now. It's getting more weird. Um, so you could definitely be being called to reach out and speak your truth. You could be going through a throat chakra activation as well. So keep that in mind. Give me just a second. So I paused it to blow my nose and clear my throat a little bit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there could definitely be some communication that is needing to flow. Okay. Anyways, but so I kept hearing, like when I was blowing my nose, I kept hearing, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. And yeah, we've got the crown on the bottom of the deck again. So there's definitely, you've got divine guidance coming in about this. Um, and again, don't just take my word for it. Pay attention to the signs and the synchronicity. Pay attention to, maybe go get a reading from another reader to have them confirm. Or better yet, Um, because you've got this deep knowing, allow yourself to get out of your head and just reach out and let your person confirm everything to you that you're unsure about. This little plug. Okay, all tied up in caring connections. What? Profit now. Um, all tied up. So okay, yeah, for some of you, oh, okay, this is an interesting message. So this is going to be specific. This is a side note. I am getting counterpart energy, like twin flame stuff. So if that's the case, you can probably feel into your person's energy more so than other people. And maybe you're feeling that there is another romantic interest around them, and that could be what's stopping you right now. Now, the thing is, use your own discernment, listen to your own intuition, you know, all that jazz. What's coming through in the energy, though, and it came up earlier with the cleaning it up card with your feminine, if they are in another romantic situation, they're not like it's I'm getting this like untangling energy. So it's one of these things where they are it's like maybe they are entertaining other options right now, but they're still holding the space for you. So just keep that in mind. So if you're not going towards this person right now because you feel like they're entertaining somebody else, the guidance, and I hesitate to say this because it sounds really bad, but it's the guidance coming through. Reach out anyways. Because and be respectful and everything else, of course, but it's one of these things like your feminine is like emotionally, mentally, and spiritually preparing for you. So maybe they're still physically entertaining another person, but it's not, I'm getting like they know that's not the person that's meant to do this next phase of life with them. So just keep that in mind. So if you're feeling like there's stuff going on with your feminine and that's the reason for you not reaching out, again, it could be one of these situations where they're waiting for you to reach out to give them the green light because they need to see that action in the physical world from you in order to take physical action to clean up some other things to actually make the space for you. So this is where, it's really important to have an actual conversation with this person in the physical world so that you both can, see and get on the same page. Yeah, there's confirmation. Interesting message. Yeah. Okay. We getting into the tarot now? All right, let's get into the tarot and see what else is going on here. Okay. So I'm gonna ask what's going on with the feminine because we've got this all tied up part here. So what's going on with the feminine? And then we'll see what's going on with the masculine. It's good to use two different decks. That one for the masculine. Okay. Alrighty dokie. What's going on with the feminine spirit? Oh, woofed up. Seven of Pentacles, they're waiting. So they're waiting on some things to manifest in their physical life. This could be maybe finances for them because it is Pentacles. So this could be they're waiting for things to manifest in the physical world when it comes to business, finances, career, so on and so forth. I'm also getting that this is also symbolic of them waiting for you to break no contact, basically, to see what the guidance is from that point. They could be dealing with some heart healing. Um, and I've gotten that before in this energy as well, where both of you are going to have like this heart healing when you communicate with each other. Your feminine's waiting for you to confirm something to them. And it could just be the journey. It could be how I'm getting like maybe like how you really felt about them or how you really feel about them now. Like they're waiting for you to confirm some things. Probably to confirm their intuition. Because I feel like this is a divine feminine. So they're getting the guidance and insight and visions and all that jazz. Um, so they're probably waiting to see if this is all in their head as well. Yeah, I'm getting for some of you, you haven't actually really interacted with this person in a very like deep, meaningful way in quite a while. What else is going on with the feminines? What else is going on? That's kind of a Yeah. Anything else? Or are we getting into the masculine energy? Okay, maybe we're getting into the masculine energy now. Or from the feminine, masculine. Okay, interesting. I was not expecting those two cards. So yeah, your feminine's waiting. They're dealing with something in the heart space. They could be doing heart healing. They could also be, again, waiting on you to come in and have this conversation. And your feminine knows that it has the potential to be very, very heart healing. Oh, interesting. I just got another message. Your feminine's also waiting for you because they have, so maybe they're in a longer term committed relationship. They've got people around them that, yeah, this sucks. Where it's like they have to kind of close up a little bit. So they could be dealing with people who are operating from a more closed heart space. And so they kind of have to close up around them. And they're waiting kind of for the guidance. Yeah, your feminine's not being guided to like move and take serious action right now. They're just kind of in a holding pattern. Okay, so masculine, you could be viewing your feminine as interesting. Okay. Was that in reverse? Okay, good. Phew. I was like, dude, Queen of Swords in reverse is not good energy. Like if you're viewing your feminine that way, yikes. Um, Queen of Swords in the reverse is like narcissistic. Okay. Queen of Swords in the upright is a different energy though. This is an energy of so Queen of Cups and Queen of Swords, that's very funny. That's air and water. So this is the energy where they are nurturing, they're receptive, their heart open, but they also have their sword. They aren't going to put up with bullshit. They aren't going to tolerate lower vibrational shit. They're not going to tolerate, you know, like this is somebody who has boundaries. This is somebody who's gone through a hell of a lot and they've healed a lot. And with that, they are protective of their energy and they are also protective of their heart, is what I'm getting. And that might be part. So if you're viewing them that way, that might be part of where you're nervous to go towards them because you are wanting them to be in this Queen of Cups energy. But there's a part of you that's worried they're going to be in the Queen of Swords when it comes to you. And what I'm getting is I feel like the guidance that your feminine's actually been given is to be in this Queen of Cups energy with you, but to keep their sword handy. So, like, be open and receptive, give you, give you that receptive, nurturing energy. Unless there's, this is somebody who's like, they're going to pop back. They're going to say something back. They're going to check you if you come at them sideways. And so it's just one of those, but they're not being guided to give you that Queen of Swords energy. They're not being guided to like stay super, super guarded. I feel like this is probably a person just due to experience and everything else. They might not give you full access to them right away, but they're being guided to be in this more open, receptive energy to you, but also, to have their sword at hand in case they need to drop a boundary. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good place to be. And so yeah, just keep that in mind. And yeah. So ultimately, how you're viewing your feminine is actually pretty accurate in their actual energy. Um Yeah, and that could be part of the reason why you're kind of nervous. Maybe you've never fully approached somebody in this energy. And so you're not sure like how to approach them. And the thing is just be honest and authentic and vulnerable. And, you know, don't go to a divine feminine and try to play, immature games. Like straight up, you will get that Queen of Swords energy. They'll be like, try again. With love, fucking try me again. Um, but you're not going to get, yeah. And I feel like for this masculine, you've dealt with a lot of feminines who are pretty, you might have dealt with a lot of cold feminines. This is not a cold feminine energy. This is very warm, receptive energy, but they know their boundaries and they're not going to allow somebody to come in and Act a damn fool is what I just heard. So keep that in mind, but it's just approach this person with respect, and you already know that, like, you do have this appreciation for this person, so approach them from that open heart space and you're going to be fine. um you can kind of like feel the water out a little bit first. I don't know why I said water. That was weird. Like, oh, test the waters, that's where that came from. I was like, where the fuck did water just come from? Okay, test the waters, that's the okay. Anyhow, um, so you can go in and like test the waters, and maybe don't go straight to them in like the first communication. You're bearing it all out, and maybe for some of you, follow your own guidance though. That's above all else. Follow your own guidance. Tap into that heart space, and as much so like I'm getting this energy of like tapping into your heart space, and your heart's just like, I just really want this person, and then your solar plexus, like your stomach, is just in knots, and that's that nervous energy. And so just allow yourself to just be authentic. Be you. This is the person that's going to see beneath any mask or front that you try to bring to them, anyways. So just don't do that. Just be the most authentic version of you that you have access to right now, and just open up that line of communication and go from there. That's kind of the advice coming in. Yeah, you've got strength. In Knight of Wands, this is fast moving energy. So you are being guided to take this fast, passionate energy to your feminine. Okay, what else is going on? Let's see. High Priestess, that's intuition. So your intuition is guiding you to this. I just feel like you're talking yourself out of it. Knight of Pentacles. So you're wanting to go in super prepared, but the interesting thing is I feel like you already are prepared. You've already come far enough on this journey. You are in the perfect energy to go towards your person right now. That's why you're getting the guidance to do so. And you intuitively know this with the high priestess here. And there's going to be something where you are going to see what is illusion and what is not. And so you could still be worried. This is that like too good to be true energy. And so you could still be worried, like this is too good to be true. But you're really being guided to throw yourself out there and find out for sure. Nine of Wands. This is you could be I'm getting an exhausted energy. I feel like for some of you, you might have just recently released something, like a major thing in your life. A person, a place, a thing, a habit, a mindset. But it's pretty big. It's pretty life changing. And so it's this energy of like, I'm exhausted, but I can still handle more, but you just don't want to do it anymore. Like, you don't want to have those types of dynamics. And maybe that's part of where you're like, well, I really want to go towards this person, but what if it isn't what I feel like it could be? And then it ends up being a shit show, like some other situations. And the thing is that is the illusion. This is an energy where you and this person are, you're both on the path, you're both like tapping into soul mission, things like that. This is a very different type of dynamic than I feel like you've ever experienced, and this might be different for your feminine as well. Okay, yeah, you're being asked to communicate with your person. Take the leap and communicate. That's literally the message in these two cards. The Fool is taking the leap, and the Page of Swords is communication. So take the leap and communicate. Break no contact. Wow. Okay. Honest. Are we gonna get anything else about the feminine? The Emperor. Oh, that's divine masculine energy. You're not realizing how much you are in your divine masculine energy. I don't feel like you fully understand how far you've come on this journey. And that came up in the message I did yesterday too. It was like you don't realize how far you've come. So allow yourself to go to your person and have that mirrored back to you, because you are in divine masculine energy. And the thing is it's one of these things like, maybe you're sitting there and you're like, well, I'm not fully healed. I still get triggered sometimes. I'm still a little worried about my temper. I'm still worried about, like, if I get angry or something like that. But what you don't understand is that the fact of the matter is you're walking this path. You're doing the inner work. You're following the guidance. You're starting to listen to your intuition more. You're allowing that to be more of the guiding compass of your life. That is divine masculine energy. You are wanting to tap into soul mission if you aren't already. That's part of divine masculine energy. I feel like you really want to go provide a certain energy to this feminine. Wanting to provide a certain type of energy, a masculine energy to another person, in understanding what that means as far as what does a divine feminine require? Well, protection, safety, those kinds of things. And so the fact, I feel like you're already aware of this and you're wanting to bring that to your person. And the fact that you are even aware of this and wanting to bring that to your person and then also doing the inner work that comes up to be that person, you don't have to be completely done to be a divine masculine. It's being on the journey. And then your divine masculine energy will evolve the further you walk this journey. And it's really going to evolve when you're with the divine feminine because of the polarity push that happens when a masculine and a feminine come together and are working on the same things. And, yeah, so you are already in your divine masculine energy, but I don't feel like you're fully seeing how far you've come on the journey. Six of Cups. So yeah, this is somebody from your past, and you've also probably had past lives with them. Um, And then Eight of Wands. This is something that you're manifesting that the divine is bringing to you, but this is something you are being required to act upon. So sometimes our manifestations, we attract them and they come to us completely. Sometimes, a lot of times actually, when we manifest, we will be bringing it in, but then the universe will ask us to meet it part way, right? So that's divinely inspired action. And so that's something that's going on here is what you're not understanding either. And maybe you are, but it's just, it's a nerve-wracking situation. Um by you taking this action towards this person and showing the universe, the divine, that you are ready to do what you're being asked to do to fully shift into alignment, you're going to be rewarded by the divine in so many unseen ways. I mean, you're just going to have all of these other manifestations come in as a result of you taking this action step and fully making those human decisions to fully shift into alignment. And there is something with you going towards this person and breaking no contact that is showing the universe that you are ready and willing to do what it takes to get into alignment. And when you're in alignment, dream reality is inevitable. Three of Wands, this is waiting, and Ace of Wands. Okay. So what I'm getting is you are still waiting to bring in this passionate new beginning to your person. Um, and you're really being guided to put an end to the waiting. Um, yeah. And the Magician, you are manifesting this. And this is your justice. And the thing is, this is your good justice, right? So this is like you went through the spiritual awakening. You did some of this inner work. You started allowing yourself to want again, to dream again, to want to be in alignment, to live the best life that you can live, to be the best version of yourself that you can be. And because of that, your justice is going to be the gift of your dream life. Like that's what you're manifesting. Three of Cups. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so it landed on this Three of Wands, Ace of Wands. So what I'm getting is you've been waiting in order to bring this offer to your person. And in the meantime, you feel like you're completely shut out of your feminine's life. And the thing is, what you don't realize is by you bringing in this offer, it's going to lead to a celebration. So it's one of these things like your feminine's ready to let you in. Your feminine's been given the guidance to let you in, but you have to go towards them. for them to let you in. Yeah, then this is going to be completion in a beautiful way. This is like happily ever after completion energy that you're going to experience as a result of this. Mm, beautiful. I'm blowing my nose again. Let's see, we're going to get a few more out here. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this is teamwork. When it comes to, which interesting, we don't really have, like, we don't have Two of Cups or Lovers or anything. I saw Lovers on the other deck. So that's interesting. But Three of Pentacles, when we're talking about a love interest, is really a beautiful energy because this is building together. This is teamwork. Maybe you're being guided to go towards this person at first. Kind of, it's not really like, I was going to say under the guise, but it's not really being inauthentic. It's just, goodness gracious. Yeah. Please clear my throat, spirit. Thank you. Okay. Goodness gracious. All right. Yeah, you're really being guided to communicate. Um, but maybe you're being guided to go in at first and like talk about, spiritual awakening, your soul connection, and then like soul mission stuff. And then from there, I feel like it's going to be one of those, maybe you talk about that stuff at first and then it kind of evolves into the more romantic thread of energy and like talking about, is that something you're interested in? Would you want to do that? Would you, desire that? Um, but it doesn't have to be like all at once. And again, listen to your own guidance when it comes to this. But in order to take some of the pressure off, because what I'm getting right now is it's mainly just you breaking no contact right now. And then it will naturally evolve from there. And so if it's just too much for you to be like, okay, I want to go in, I want to offer them the world, I want to see if they want to do life with me, but I haven't talked to them in a while and I don't even know, if they're interested in that. And like, that's really, really stressful. Go in, and that's that whole like test the water thing first, kind of like ease into it, but allow yourself to ease into it to the point where you get to that romantic conversation. Because in this energy, like your person, I do get that your person is desiring this. Just life with you, like full life partner with the Three of Pentacles out here. And Temperance, this is about balance. So you're being guided to really stay balanced and then move towards your person. I'm gonna see something. What does the feminine want with this masculine? We got Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. That's a new beginning in love. Um, okay, what does the feminine want with this masculine? Like, what are they desiring? Is the feminine desiring full blown all the things or not? Let's see. It's funny. I feel like I already know, but we're gonna let the cards say it for us. Hierophant. Okay, interesting. Your feminine wants to talk about the spiritual journey with you. Your feminine wants to talk about things that weren't said, hidden emotions, like, yeah, just the things that weren't really said between you two. I'm hearing to clear the air. Okay. What does this feminine want long term with this masculine? This can be second chance energy. This is also keeping it close to the chest. So your feminine might be keeping this whole situation close to the chest right now and not really talking to other people about it. Um, but yeah, there's second chance energy coming through on the Four of Pentacles. They want a rebirth with you and a passionate rebirth is what I just heard. What? These cards are really sticky today. What does the feminine want with the masculine long term, spirit? Three of Cups, that's celebration. Three of Cups came out for you as well on the other side of this. So there's the Emperor. The feminine wants you in your divine masculine energy, which you already are in that energy. Um, the Page of Swords. That's communication. So your feminine wants the masculine to communicate. There is also something here about soul mission, soul purpose. Maybe they want to talk to you about that. Maybe they want to work with you on that. Two of Wands, they're waiting for you to make a decision. Eight of Wands, they do know that on the other side of you reaching out, there is going to be massive manifestations that do come in for both of you. And your feminine, ooh, I just heard your feminine is desiring the strength you can provide them. Interesting. That's an energy thing, by the way. It's a containment thing. Okay. What else does this feminine want with this masculine? To make a decision. Sorry, that's really funny. Um, to make a decision and I feel like to also put an end to their kind of like unsureness when it comes to this situation. So your feminine could be sitting there too, doing the same thing, like, is this really happening? Does my masculine actually really want this with me? And they're getting the guidance, like, yes, they do, but yeah, fast communication. Your feminine wants you to communicate with them. Interesting. Okay, I was wondering if we were going to get lovers or four of wands or something like that that would indicate like long-term commitment and connection. And I was asking spirit like, hey, are we going to get any of that? And then what I actually heard was, so I had a quick interruption. What I heard when I was asking like, are we going to get any of the, confirmation that this feminine's desiring long-term commitment or anything like that with this person. And what I heard was in this energy, sometimes spirit does this, you are being guided to receive that confirmation from your feminine, not from a reading. So I'm not going to get any of those. And I feel like I'm just going to tell you, I feel like they are desiring that with you, especially with these other cards coming out here. I do feel like there is this energy of like wanting a rebirth with you. And I'm getting like a full rebirth type of energy. So I do feel like your feminine does want to work with you. They do want to build with you. They do want to work on a shared goal with you. Um, they do want to communicate with you very much so. Confirmation. But I'm not being given any of the other stuff when it comes to the romantic thread of energy because at this point, spirit wants you to go find that out from your person. So there's that. Um, okay, we're gonna pull a couple more from here for the masculine, and then we're gonna close it out. Okay, what's going on? Seven of Wands. Hey, this can be talking about being guarded. So maybe you're guarded, maybe you're worried about your feminine being guarded, which came out with the Queen of Swords as well earlier. Um, but there's Nine of Pentacles. So this is self-made energy. This is also entrepreneurial, like successful entrepreneurial energy. Um, so this is a possibility. This is a huge possibility with your person. Um, it's okay to go towards your person a little bit uh I'd say a little bit guarded, but it's one of those just make sure you're authentic. It's okay to have your boundaries. It's okay to not lay it all out on the line right away. Things like that, but make sure that you're not like putting up walls to where you're not letting them in. Um so yeah, this is, have your boundaries and everything else, of course, but don't go in a super guarded energy. Be more in like that open energy and then watch your feminine reflect that back to you. Four of Swords. This is a period of rest. It can also be a little bit stagnant. And then Ace of Swords. This is communicating your truth. So make sure, oh, and I'm hearing, okay, for some of you communicating your truth is going to allow you to rest. Yeah. So it's like getting it off your chest, is gonna allow you to rest. Okay. See if anything else wants to come out. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, that's a successful energy. It really is. And it landed on the Eight of Pentacles. So it's one of those things like you tapping into soul mission and soul purpose is absolutely going to bring abundance. And also communicating with this person is going to help you shift into a more abundant energy as well. And I feel like that actually might have a similar effect on your feminine too. Eight of Pentacles, that's soul purpose. Yeah, that's soul purpose, soul mission stuff. So you both are desiring that with each other, and to celebrate with each other. Two of Wands. This is you know, being pulled in two different directions or sitting there kind of pondering your options, and just kind of waiting to make a choice. In the Six of Wands. So, part of soul purpose could be being in the public eye. If not, this is just saying that you're about to be recognized for your achievements, for how far you've come on the journey. So even if this is internal work and not as much in the physical realm yet, this is something where I feel like your person can really celebrate you and how far you've come on this journey because they know what it takes to get where you are. In Two of Pentacles, this is having a lot going on but being balanced and having the ability to handle it all. Um so there's definitely an element here of like a surge of energy that you're going to receive as a result of reaching out to your person. And it's not that you're going to be taking their energy or they're going to be taking yours. It's going to be an energy dynamic that it's just so in alignment that you two are going to help each other like get that spark back, that full spark and like the motivation to handle everything that's on your plate. So you will be able to balance everything that's coming your way. So if you've been feeling a little overwhelmed lately, just know that by you following this guidance and taking this next step into alignment, it is going to have a very positive effect on your energy. Yeah, King of Swords, this is about communicating your truth. And Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck, that's soulmate connection. So you're really being guided to communicate your truth to this soulmate counterpart. Yeah, and your wheel of fortune is the wheel of fortune is changing, is turning in your favor. So your fortune is about to change, like your luck is changing. So if you've been feeling kind of stuck and stagnant and so on and so forth in life, that is something that is changing, and it's going to change big time when you allow yourself to communicate. Yeah, Ten of Wands, and Page of Cups. So this is an energy where you've been carrying a lot on your shoulders, and it's a very burdened energy. And so I feel like by you allowing yourself to take this leap of faith towards your person, it's going to relieve some of this burdened energy, and it's going to make you feel young again. It's really gonna, yeah, it's gonna have this energy effect where all of a sudden you're just like, you're happy and you're giddy and you're excited to wake up every day and, you know, make plans and do all of that. Like it's going to be such a different energy that you're going to be experiencing. Like the Ten of Wands to the Page of Cups is a very contrasting energy. Ten of Wands is just burdened, it's exhausted, it's burnt out. It's just it's really heavy energy. And the Page of Cups is like it's like being a teenager again, where, just life is just like, okay, let's go do this, let's experience that. I want to try this, I want to try that, I want to be this, I want to be that. It's that type of energy. So this is somebody where, and I feel like you do this to this person too, where you both bring that childlike nature out of each other. And it's not in a childish way. It's in that like, you know, just that energy surge, and I want to do this again, and I feel like I can do that again. I feel like I'm limitless again. Like it's that kind of energy. Oh, that's beautiful. Anything else from here? No. Okay. Okay. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates. Definitely let me know in the comments below. I would love to talk to you about this. Um,
Yeah, feel free to hit that like button. It does help out the channel, so thank you. And if you would like to see more from me, you can hit subscribe. It is free, and I will see you on the next message. Bye.